All right, Unicorn Herd. Tonight, Sean Plankey, the man who was almost king. That's how I've decided to call it, Sean. You were almost king. You're almost there. You reached for the throne. Just out of grasp. This is going to be interesting. Not only is Sean a character, but Sean pulled up a recipe from his past. This is a completely different take than the kind of thing you would normally see. So it's a really neat story, and it's an interesting dish. For you following at home, reminder, the recipe is published typically a week in advance. In this case, we were a few days late. And we'd love to see what you make. So your version of Sean's dish, #UnicornChef, interesting as always. Sean, first important question. What is tonight's charity and how do we donate?
Sure. All right. So tonight's charity is the Fran Crippen Elevation Foundation. Slogan is Work the Dream. This charity, what's that? You see that? Work the Dream. So this charity is swimming related. Some of you may know my wife comes from a long lineage of known as USA's first swimming family. My wife was an Olympic swimmer in 2000 in the Sydney Games. She swam the 400 IM. That was Michael Phelps' first one. And her brother and Phelps were the #1 recruits coming out of high school. They were the same year. Phelps, as we know, went on to win 24 gold medals. And my brother-in-law did not, but he won a bronze medal at Worlds in 2009. And he was preparing for swimming in 2012, right, in the Olympic Games in 2012. And he actually drowned while swimming due to lack of safety. And so, me being a prior Coast Guard officer, my wife and my brother-in-law drowning, we started a charity with her family called the Fran Crippen Elevation Foundation. And we promote not only swimming safety, but also promote people trying to achieve their dream, work their dream of in the swimming world. A lot of people think that, if you win a gold medal or whatever, you must be a millionaire. Well, Michael Phelps is, but everyone else is kind of doing it on their own or their parents' dime. So, so we try to help support that effort and keep America winning golds in swimming.
All right, so that's specific to swimming, because I know that a lot of Olympic athletes are pretty much like it's a struggle period. There's very little support. That's
right. So, yep. So that's the charity, francrippen.org, FRANCRIPPEN.org, and hopefully coming off swimming trials, Olympic trials, we'll have another Olympian sponsored by assisted or on the team with Fran Crippen Elevation Foundation this summer. So
okay, from that somber story to
now you gotta know what you're drinking, because we just talked about that.
Yep. What are we drinking in memorial?
All right, so we've got this shrimp and salsa dish tonight. So I went with a little Spanish little Rioja action, little 2015. And one thing I always think about is in America we drink our reds too warm and we drink our whites too cold. It's something I've learned. I thought it was a great saying. Is you take your whites out of the fridge 15 minutes before you serve them, and you put your red in the fridge 15 minutes before you serve them. So I just took this red out, and I've got this cool little aerator thing from Amazon that is amazing. It's pretty cool. It empties it out, and then you flip it back over, and it pours it right back in the bottle.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. I'll flip it in a minute when it finishes, but that'll be the drink for the evening.
All right, very interesting.
So, are we ready to get down to it, or?
Yeah, I am drinking a more pedestrian Devil's Backbone.
Nice.
What have I got here? Does it even say what I'm drinking? Oh, it's a Juicy Magic IPA. It's a golden IPA.
Solid choice. Solid choice. You know I'm a fan of those as well.
I love your selection of beers. Every time you visited, I am just blown away with the quality of what you bring.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm originally from, so everybody knows, the great state of Connecticut here, Connecticut local. See, like that. And so they have some of the top beers in the country adjacent, right over the border in Treehouse, Mass, or in Cheltenham, Mass, called Treehouse Brewery. And that's, I try to always leave my mark, leave a few with Bryson every time I come by with the Unicorn Chef. So here you go. Here's the flip back.
That's such a clever idea. I have an aerator. It is not that convenient, and like just the ability to just put it in and let it sit is brilliant. Let alone like flipping back. It's so cool.
$25, Amazon.
All right, what's up? What's first thing we're doing here?
All right, so first things first, you got to start the water for the pasta. That always takes the longest. I can't tell you how many times, I've cooked and I'm like, oh, once the water gets boiling. And another mistake, maybe not mistake, but something that's, if you go back to the traditional times, what you're supposed to put in your water is a handful of sea salt when you boil it for pasta. Most people don't do that in America. I always thought that was interesting.
There was a Twitter debate on this last week from Ushi.
What was the decision?
Oh, the answer is salt. So put in enough salt to turn your water into seawater. Do not do oil. Oil actually makes it, it doesn't really do anything. If anything, your pasta is going to clump together from the oil. But even worse is the sauce isn't going to cling to the pasta because the oil is going to keep it off.
That's right. I'm right there. I'm in that camp. So see, we're all aerated. It's back in the bottle. And now we're gonna pour it out. Now here's where I break tradition. Right. So if you really drink wine, you're supposed to have a stem.
I think anything that holds it and doesn't spill it on your hands works. I am not a purist when it comes to glassware or stemware.
Well, here's to you, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right, I've just peeled all my shrimp.
Oh, you didn't buy the pre-peeled.
No, so the trick that I do for shrimp is I have tails on. I mean, so it's the whole thing is shell on still, because when you cook with shell on, it's easier to not lose the moisture. So what I do is I blanch the shrimp, put them in a bowl of ice water, then I peel them. And so what I end up with, and you can see it, here's a good one. Yeah, here's a good one. So you can see it's just barely pink on the outside, but still not cooked on the inside. So when I finish it off, I throw it with about a minute left in my sauce. You get a perfectly cooked shrimp. You don't have to deal with shells, and it's not dried out.
That's very, very smart. Usually they're rubbery because you buy the pre-cooked one.
Yeah, no. See, I don't like this.
So one other shrimp trick, right, is if you have to. So like me, this didn't totally thaw out today, so I got to hit it real quick. So you take a little bit of beer. You pour that, just covers the bottom of the pan. You pour the shrimp in there, turn it on high, and it steams up the shrimp with a little beer flavor. It gives it a nice little addition. So little tricks, So I got that going over here. Other thing, right? We've got our. So this is another fact. When you do a pound of pasta, you're supposed to use a gallon of water per pound. Most people just you know, they put their eyes on it, they measure it, and we don't put we don't put a gallon of water in. The purpose of the gallon is to, you know, really distribute and not have the starch really sit on the pasta. So a lot of times people are like, oh, my pasta is too sticky. It's because you probably didn't put enough water in when you cooked it. So we're going to pour that one in.
Mine's still coming to a boil. I'm not there yet. I've got Rao's homemade fusilli.
Which one? Oh, nice. Good, good. All right. Actually, I'm probably not. Take a sip of your drink. You know, we got to make sure we're mixing that with the meal.
So, while we're waiting for this all to happen here, you have to explain to everybody the joke of how I said you were almost king.
Sure. Well, I will say this first, right? I'm at the robot now. I'm at the data robot. It's an artificial intelligence company, and we're standing up a cybersecurity product line, and that's what I'm working on right now. Standing that up. Really good company to be a part of. Got a little maniac running around here.
Can you want to bring him in the camera?
There you go. Come here, big boy. This is my youngest, Big Sammy the Tank. Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
As you can see, he still fits into his Halloween wear, so he's rocking the pumpkins tonight.
Those look like comfy jammies.
All right. So how did I affectionately become? Would you say almost king? Right.
The man who was almost king. That's the poetic license I'm taking.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll go through it from the beginning, right? So I was working for BP Oil and Gas, the energy company. Fun fact: they're also the largest investor of renewables in the United States. So they're on all sides of the equation. And and I was working on cybersecurity there. By the way, while we're doing this, I'm going to put a little. We're going to put a little oil in the pan here so I can start the asparagus up. Just enough to coat the asparagus. Don't put too much because we're not trying to fry it, you know.
Oh, are we supposed to be cooking our asparagus now too?
Yeah, I like to throw it. I was just throwing it in all at once.
Okay, I'm not quite ready for that because I need to get my water up to a boil because it's
right. Yeah, I'm already on the.
I'm gonna heat
the water because I wasn't sure how long it was gonna take. So I was doing a bunch of work there, and that work led me to meet people in the National Security Council. Right, I was pushing for maritime cybersecurity and trying to make a difference for maritime cybersecurity. It's critical infrastructure for the U.S. Right, keeps our economic power. And so when I was working on that, the National Security Council saw it and they said, "Hey, are you interested in coming over here?" And I said, "Of course, opportunity to serve the nation and the highest level for sure." So they activated me as a military reservist, and I served on the National Security Council as a reservist. While there, I worked a lot of energy issues. That led to energy asking me to come over as a senior executive to work in CSER, the Office of Cybersecurity, Energy Security, Emergency Response. The Secretary of Energy testified on the Hill today about some of the cybersecurity issues that we've seen with Colonial Pipeline in the past 2 weeks. So I was doing a bunch of work there. Really loved it. Great opportunity, right? Critical infrastructure, cybersecurity. As you and I know, ICS cybersecurity is big, right? And towards the end of the administration, that led to them appointing me, nominating me for the assistant director role at CISA, which was Brian Harrell's job before Brian Harrell left. Brian, great guy. He's working, doing security now up in Connecticut, actually, in the great state, for a solar and natural gas company. And so when I was there, the infamous rumor mill page started hitting play. So I talked to Chris Krebs. He actually signed off on me coming on board. And then 2 weeks. Hey guys. And 2 weeks later, unfortunately through the rumor control website, don't forget to check on your shrimp. He had to depart. Right, we all serve at the pleasure of the president, and he had to depart. And that would have left me as the top political at Caesar. At CISA, if I had gotten a chance to get over there. So to hit your title again, I forgot what was it?
The man who was almost king.
The man who was almost king, right? So, oh, thank you. It smells good, my daughter says. You see that? So I never actually got to take the job. I never made it over to CISA. Throwing the asparagus in. And I never got to take the job over there, unfortunately. But yeah, I would have been the senior guy.
So what's the story behind this recipe? Because this recipe is a little different, right? It's not what you would expect.
That's right. So some people look at this recipe and they're like, shrimp, got it. Pasta, got it. That makes sense. Okay. But then they say, don't forget to check your pasta. I personally like pasta a little al dente. So, but it's chef preference. So when I was growing up and I just graduated military academy, right? I was living out in Michigan with a buddy, a guy I went to school with. He was the quarterback on the football team. I played football as well, and we're out there and we're thinking, oh, we're gonna invite girls over, invite them to dinner, show that we could really, we can cook. We're refined men, and so we're like, okay, how do we do that? So I started looking around, trying to figure out best ways to do it, and I found this recipe. I loved Italian food. I didn't know anything about how to make pasta. I was like, everybody buys it from the jar, right? I didn't know that you could actually make your own pasta. Right? I mean, make your own sauce. No idea how to do that. Looked too complicated. So I said, well, how can I do this? I found this recipe that showed you take shrimp, asparagus, and you boil up some pasta, and you throw salsa in it. And then you throw some cheese on top, some Gorgonzola. Voila.
Yeah, so how did you pair Gorgonzola and salsa?
Well, because you have the shrimp, and so you wanted a cheese that, kind of pops in a different direction a little bit.
Aren't you already doing that with the red pepper flakes on top of the salsa to get like more pop?
Yeah, but the Gorgonzola offsets the red pepper flakes.
No, I'm gonna call bullshit. I think, Sean, you just picked the fanciest multisyllabic cheese you could. You're like, well, that has a lot of syllables. That sounds fancy. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
That may or may not be true as well.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, I will tell you this. The other thing about being fancy, about getting a dinner right? So, is the presentation. Is actually having a dish that fits. I learned that one the hard way too. So, I would do this, these fancy, this dinner, right? We make this nice old dinner, and then you have serving bowls that are like, might as well be paper plates. You try to serve up your fancy dish with pasta, and you got paper plates or like, bowls that don't match or anything like that. So the second, besides this,
we're reliving our like early 20s here.
That's right. That's right.
This is a dish that will take you back to when you're 22 and couldn't afford anything better than Bud Light.
Hey, when I was 22, I lived in northern Michigan. Bud Light was a solid drink.
Hey, dude, I'm not knocking it. We can. I mean, you want to throw down? We can go throw down. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
I feel like we should cut to Murder Dirter in the Mayor of Easttown.
Oh, all right, Sean.
Yeah.
Question. Your opinion of PBR?
PBR. I like Molson Canadian.
But if you are at a hipster bar and PBR is what there is, you will not drink it.
Oh, I mean, I drink it, but I wouldn't pay $8 for it.
Well, it's only $8. It's only $8 because it's ironic.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things that killed me at so around here, right? So growing up in Connecticut, in Rhode Island, they have a beer called Narragansett. It's called Gansett if you're, from New England. Gansett beer is like, that's like the Bud Light of Rhode Island, of New England. It's like, it's $4.65 a six pack, right? Come down here. I was at Nat Stadium at the Salt Line, and they were asking. They're like, "Hey, craft beer, Narragansett, $8." I'm like, "You're killing me, craft beer." So, everything gets a rebirth, I guess. So I'm taking my pasta off. I know you're a little behind.
Yep, mine.
So we get
as well.
Yeah, I'm working. You got it. That's right, Sam.
You're working. Daddy's working. This is what Daddy did for the National Security Council too. He's like, hey, look, the proper response is Gorgonzola.
All right. Another thing to do, make sure you take a bite out of your asparagus. Make sure it's the way you want it, whether it's crunchy or not crunchy.
Yeah, my asparagus isn't quite there yet. Still a little woody.
All right. How do you know? We're gonna use some nice
cheese.
Nice cheese here. I like medium. Some people don't like medium because it gets too hot for them. Pour that in a big old bowl. So, just thinking, all you parents out there, this is a 30-minute meal too, right? It's not just for 21-year-olds trying to impress a girl.
What do your kids think of this?
What are my kids doing? I think.
What do your kids think of this recipe?
Well, we're gonna find out.
I feel like the Gorgonzola is a little rough for young kids.
Got it. Back to presentation, right? Thanks, Mom.
Is your mom watching the episode?
We'll find out. I sent them the link.
I haven't seen them in the chat.
I don't know if I want to look at the chat string right now.
You probably don't, but I'm confident your mother has not joined.
How do you know what her handle is?
I've been doing this a while. We have a regular crowd.
Nice. Give me some of the infamous regulars.
I think the best comment of the evening so far is you look like a young Gary Busey.
Say it again.
You look like a young Gary Busey. Can you do like the like creepy like this?
Equally
Like,
crazy. Equally crazy.
no, but do the Gary Busey too. Yeah, that you. Oh my God, you are fucking Gary Busey.
You know who I used to get as a kid all the time? I used to get Boris Becker. When I was like in my 20s,
You did when you were skinny?
Sold. It's right for the heart every time.
I'm not getting good beer again, am I?
Well, in your favor, you got to remember that I'm from New England, and in New England, we give up our feelings in first grade. The teacher says to us, Jackie, nice to meet you. Give up your feelings and go on with your life. Throw them in the trash can. So.
Man, my asparagus is just not cooking fast. This is interesting.
And then, so not only that, then I married a girl from Philly, so she's happy to tell me where my shortcomings are.
I'm afraid our girl from Philly is not in the chat right now. We have one of those too.
She's standing on the other side giving me the face right now.
She should come on and say hi.
Come say hi. She's wearing a Philly Pretzel bakery shirt.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. It is my fault that Sean did not get home on time a few times.
Oh.
But only a few times. The
I
rest
blame
of
it
them,
all
that's
on him.
him.
So he's good. You're good.
Okay. I mean, you're from Philly. You could just kick his ass.
Yeah. Standard. That's what happens every day. It was nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Go put a shirt on.
Oh, our Philly girl is on. She enters the chat with, "Excuse me."
That's right.
She didn't
Philly.
say anything else. That's all we got.
Philly goes hard. So mine. So where are you at, Bryson? How far along are you?
Hold on. I gotta get Audrey's opinion of the Philly girl. All right. Your wife is now being judged. On her Philliness.
Oh, on her Philliness?
Yeah.
Oh, she loves that game. You know what she asked for her 40th birthday? Or Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day 40, or the year she turned 40. She asked for an Allen Iverson jersey, an original Allen Iverson, not the late Allen, the early Allen Iverson rookie year jersey. And you know what she got? An Allen Iverson jersey. To give you another Phillyism.
I'm still a couple of minutes away from asparagus. I have never had asparagus take this long to cook.
It's okay. I'm gonna we're getting the table set for the minions right now.
Okay.
Gorgonzola.
Yeah, so for those of you at home, I consulted with the teenage daughter, and she did not want to do the salsa. So we're going to go with, but I wanted to keep in the theme, so we are doing a jar sauce ourselves. So we have just a more basic tomato basil. And then I'm not going to mix the tomato basil into the sauce because I suspect that's going to scare her off. So I'm going to sprinkle the tomato basil on mine because I'm still going to try. I'm going to do the best I can to do it your way. I'm just going to make sure my kid actually eats. And I really, really want to hear. I want one of your kids to take a bite on camera to see how they react.
All right, yeah. We should do that for sure. Well, I mean, in fact, we can do that with the big man Jack right now. So I'm taking my Gorgonzola. Are you ready? Do you want me to do a presentation shot here?
Yeah, I think I got my asparagus to the point. So my asparagus.
What are you guys doing?
My pasta is done. Hot. Ooh, and I just lost half my pasta. That's never good. Lost a few pasta. All right. Okay. Oh, damn it! I forgot. I have to finish my shrimp. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna finish my shrimp.
What's that?
I forgot. I still had to do the final heat on the shrimp. So I need another 2 minutes.
That's all right. I'm throwing my Gorgonzola in right now.
And his Lily Cholula. And the Lily Cholula.
By the way, why did you say do not rinse the pasta with cold water to keep them from continuing to cook?
Because when you rinse it with cold water, you're losing the heat. And remember, we didn't heat the salsa up.
Oh,
So you need the heat from the pasta to transfer over. The other thing, it's funny you say that. The other thing, when I was talking about this with my wife about what to make, she said I should make carbonara, right? Which we make all the time. Our kids destroy carbonara. And
what is carbonara?
That's the one with the eggs and the bacon and sausage.
So hi.
This is Big Jack.
What do you
You're
guys
good, Jack.
All
right. So Sean,
you guys are doing a competition?
doing what?
A competition for baking?
No, it's not a competition actually, because I don't have to eat what you have to eat.
Ah,
He loves watching
nailed it.
Nailed It. That's it. Yeah.
I don't know what is nailed it.
It's like where they make the cake and it looks absolutely terrible. And it
Oh,
tastes
oh.
terrible. Yeah.
No, that's not what we're doing here. Everybody gets to enjoy whatever they got. No, so since you clearly consulted with your wife before on this, did you try this recipe on her back in the day to woo her?
So no, I didn't. I was a late, by military settings, as you will know. I was a late marriage, right? I didn't get married until I was in my 30s.
Wait, 30s?
Yeah, that's right.
Dad is older than 30.
Oh, he knows that.
39.
Yeah. So I didn't. She didn't have to go through the trials and tribulations. She actually taught me how to make pasta sauce. So I was coming up on 30, and we were hanging out, and she's like, "I'm gonna make spaghetti and meatballs tonight," and I was like, pfft. And I'm like, "Okay, where are we gonna buy the sauce?" And she's like, "Buy the sauce." She's like, "I'm an Irish Italian from Philly. We don't buy sauce. We make gravy." So.
All right.
Yeah.
So I want to book you both for a couples episode next year. I want her on it, and we're gonna make carbonara her way.
Nice. We're in.
We made meatballs last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. We actually did meatballs in a sauce. Wait, was that? Hey, chat. Was that Jason? Was that Jason who did the meatballs? Yeah, no, it was, because I kept making fun of him because I was just like, I'm glad you picked, something from your own ethnicity, which is Italian. And Jason is not Italian
At all.
Great. It was one of the best episodes we've ever had. If you have not seen it, highly encourage everybody to go watch it. The food is good. The company that joins from the retirement community in Florida is even better. One of the best episodes we've ever had.
I mean,
it went on for an hour and a half, but still, it was 90 minutes. It was like a movie, right? It was like a movie that you couldn't script. Nobody gets hurt like Jackass, but it's even funnier.
Awesome. All right, you want to do a taste test here so we can see the face?
Yeah, I want to see a kid's perspective on Gorgonzola and salsa.
Hold on, let's get you. We gotta get you a fork. We're civilized over here.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Jack, I want you completely in the middle of the frame.
All right, here you go. So he's got pasta. We got cheese on it. You ready? Yep, we got one for you. Stay here. Don't move. Viewers have to decide.
Give us the thumb. What do you think? I don't know.
All right, hold on.
You got a neutral response. Okay.
All right, hold on. Climb up.
Hello,
Yeah, you got it.
Come on up, sweetie. All right. So what do you think?
The cheese gives it
You
a
ready?
little taste, but
The cheese gives it a little taste. There you go.
yeah, but the shrimp is the best
All right. What do you think? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Oh,
I can't see her thumb.
Wait, hold on. All right. Move your thumb into the picture, Hans. What do we got? Thumb up or down?
sideways. Mine's a
Sideways?
All right. Well, Big Jack had opinions. Can you bring Big Jack on to like explain the flavor profile that he was
Yeah,
experiencing?
let's hear it. Get over here.
So, me.
Oh, you too? Okay.
Good. Okay, the
All
flavor.
right. Hey, Big Jack, what do you think? What was going on here? You took a bite. You were a little confused. I could tell you were thinking about it. You were letting the flavors wash over. Now, what do you got?
So the cheese had a little taste to it.
What does that mean? A little taste? Was it was strong? It's kind of like a karate chop to your tongue.
Mhm.
Okay.
And the shrimp was fine, and the pasta was
The shrimp
really
was
good.
fun.
Fine.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah. But what about the cheese? Was the cheese too much? That's actually an important question.
No, a little bit.
A little bit much?
All right. I thought that would be the case. Kids and Gorgonzola don't necessarily go together. Apparently, 20-year-old women and Gorgonzola does.
What did you make?
I made something a little different. I'll show you. I'll show you in a second. I haven't played it yet. I have one more question for you. So, the salsa. Did you like the salsa with the pasta?
Mm-hmm.
But do you like spicy food, Jack?
Yes.
Okay, so you liked that zing with the pasta. It was like, hey, this was that right kind of like.
Yeah, it was like not as hot what I usually eat.
Well, what's your favorite? What do you like to put on everything?
Lady Cholula.
You know Lady Cholula?
Yep, I have multiple Lady Cholulas.
Yeah,
Aw.
I figured if you go to the academies, you got Lady Cholula on every table.
Well, no, I actually don't remember having Cholula 20-some years ago, but I do remember Tabasco being on the. I remember Tabasco being in my MREs.
Did you do the Tabasco challenge?
No, I did not.
All right.
All right, now I'm plating, so I'm going to plate, and Big Jack, I'm going to show you what I made.
Don't touch.
If your daughter has an opinion, we'd love to bring her on while we're plating here.
Yeah, what do you think, Ans? Ansley, thumbs up, thumbs down. What's your vote? Thumbs up. I got it.
Thumbs up. Good job.
Told you.
Happy kids.
What are you guys doing?
We're cooking.
About what?
And Sam the Tank, he eats everything, so yeah, he's all about it.
That's what tanks do.
I think if it looks good,
If it looks good, it's going to taste good.
probably.
All right. I mean, that's a good approach. I don't disagree. There's a lot that goes into making food look good. So I want your opinion on what I made.
Do you have kids?
Yep.
Yes, I do.
Oh, where are they?
She's gonna eat dinner with him tonight.
So I have a teenage daughter that is going to be graduating high school next year, and then I have twin boys that are 12 years old.
Older than me.
Older than you. Yeah, and I'm only like 30 years old. I'm like your old dad. It's like incredible.
Uh-huh. The girl.
Oh, very nicely plated, sir. Very nicely plated.
What do you think, Big Jack? Would you eat this? Does this look good?
Yep, the same thing.
It looks definitely much better than this guy. There you go.
All right, Ella. So we got to get in the picture. So if you could, I love it if you could back everybody up and you hold the plate and you can have the kids around you.
Yeah.
Screenshot.
Carry the plate.
No. You're not carrying the plate. All right, get up there. I went with the nice serving spoons, but it doesn't match your pretty pictures. Hold on.
All right, daughter, move in a little bit more. There we go.
There we go.
No, she's right out of it. That's awesome. Ready? Okay. All right, bring us home, Sean. The other Sean.
I'm not Sean.
I know. What's our charity tonight again?
Right. Charity is Fran Crippen Elevation Foundation. Fran was one of Philly's finest. Work the dream. Everybody should know what that means. Basically, it's about water safety and helping athletes make that jump to the world, to the elite level as well. So we've got just to hit it real quick. This summer, we'll be down at Atlantic City for a swimming race on the 18th. The festival down on the 18th of July. We'll be sponsoring that race to help promote swimming safety. During the summer off of the New Jersey shoreline, and you can find us at francrippen.org. So FranCrippen.org. So.
All right, and like I said, I want you and the wife scheduled for next year. I want to do a couple episode, and I want carbonara.
Let's do it.
All right, hashtag Unicorn Chef, y'all at home. I want to see what you think about salsa, shrimp, and pasta with Gorgonzola. And to take a little bit of liberty with Sean's recipe here, any cheese that has at least 3 syllables will work.
Remember, like the video down below, press subscribe.
Boom, smash that subscribe button.